Ladies and gentlemen, life is full of seasons, some bright and full of opportunity, others cold and challenging. Tough times come for all of us. No one is immune. The question isn't whether we'll face difficulties, the question is how we'll respond. Will we crumble under the pressure, or will we rise with strength and determination? Let me remind you, your attitude determines your outcome. In the darkest moments, the way you think, the way you see the situation, and the way you choose to respond will shape your future. It's not about avoiding hardships, it's about learning how to face them with courage, wisdom, and resilience. Life is not about what happens to you, it's about how you see what happens to you. Throughout history, we've seen how perspective shapes destiny. Take Helen Keller, a woman who was blind and deaf from infancy. Most would see this as a life doomed for misery, but not Helen. She chose to believe that her greatest obstacles would become her greatest teachers. Instead of dwelling on what she lacked, she focused on what she could control: her attitude, her determination, her ability to learn. And because of that, she didn't just survive, she inspired millions. Difficulties are inevitable, but suffering is a choice. The same storm that drowns one person lifts another to new heights. Your failures, your hardships, your darkest moments, they are not punishments. They are lessons, tests, stepping stones. You either allow them to define you, or you use them to refine you. Look at Nelson Mandela, a man who spent 27 years in prison, yet he walked out not bitter, not broken, but stronger. Why? Because he didn't see himself as a victim. He saw his pain as preparation. He saw his suffering as a tool to shape the leader he was destined to become. His perspective turned imprisonment into empowerment. The next time you face hardship, ask yourself, is this the end, or is this just the beginning of my greatest transformation? Your answer will determine your outcome. Life will test you. Unexpected setbacks, painful losses, and moments of deep struggle will come. But here's the truth: most of your suffering doesn't come from what happens, it comes from trying to control what you cannot change. History is filled with those who mastered the art of focusing only on what they could control. One such man was Viktor Frankl, a Holocaust survivor who endured unimaginable pain. He lost everything: his family, his freedom, his dignity. But he discovered one thing no one could take away: his ability to choose his response. He said, "When we are no longer able to change a situation, we are challenged to change ourselves." You may not control the storms in your life, but you control how you navigate them. You don't control the economy, but you control how hard you work. You don't control what people say about you, but you control how you respond. Shift your energy toward what you can change, and watch how life changes with you. In tough times, most people focus on what's wrong, but the most powerful shift you can make is to focus on what's still right. That's the power of gratitude. Abraham Lincoln led the U.S. through its darkest days, the Civil War. He lost a son, faced endless criticism, and suffered deep depression. Yet, he found strength in gratitude. He once said, "We can complain because rose bushes have thorns, or rejoice because thorns have roses." Gratitude doesn't erase hardship, but it gives you the strength to endure it. No matter how dark your days get, there is always something to be thankful for. A lesson learned, a friend who stands by you, the mere fact that you're still standing. Gratitude turns obstacles into opportunities. Your environment shapes you. You don't rise alone, and you don't fall alone. The people around you either build you up or tear you down. History proves this. Henry Ford, the man who revolutionized the automobile industry, had a powerful group of friends. Thomas Edison, Harvey Firestone, and others who challenged and encouraged him. They exchanged ideas, lifted each other, and pushed one another toward greatness. Success was not a solo journey. Likewise, look at Julius Caesar. He trusted the wrong people, and his closest friend, Brutus, betrayed him. His downfall wasn't due to his enemies. It was due to those he trusted the most. Be careful who you allow into your circle. Find people who inspire, support, and challenge you to be better. Surround yourself with doubters, and you will doubt yourself. Surround yourself with believers, and you will rise. Your environment shapes you. You don't rise alone, and you don't fall alone. The people around you either build you up or tear you down. History proves this. Henry Ford, the man who revolutionized the automobile industry, had a powerful group of friends. Thomas Edison, Harvey Firestone, and others who challenged and encouraged him. They exchanged ideas, lifted each other, and pushed one another toward greatness. Success was not a solo journey. Likewise, look at Julius Caesar. He trusted the wrong people, and his closest friend Brutus betrayed him. His downfall wasn't due to his enemies, it was due to those he trusted the most. Be careful who you allow into your circle. Find people who inspire, support, and challenge you to be better. Surround yourself with doubters, and you will doubt yourself. Surround yourself with believers, and you will rise. There is only one guaranteed way to fail: stop trying. No matter how tough life gets, the only way to win is to keep moving. The world does not belong to the fastest, the smartest, or the strongest. It belongs to those who refuse to quit. Look at Thomas Edison. He failed over 1,000,000 times before inventing the light bulb. Most would have given up, but he didn't. When asked about his failures, he replied, "I have not failed. I've just found 1,000,000 ways that won't work." The difference between winners and losers isn't talent, it's persistence. Michael Jordan was cut from his high school basketball team, but he kept practicing. Walt Disney was fired from a newspaper for lacking creativity. Oprah Winfrey was told she wasn't fit for television, but they all had one thing in common: they kept going. So whatever challenge you're facing, remember this: as long as you keep moving forward, failure is temporary, but quitting makes it permanent. Life will break you if you let it. But here's the truth: you were built for this. You were not born to be defeated, you were born to rise. Winston Churchill led Britain through the horrors of World War II. Bombs were falling, destruction was everywhere, but he refused to surrender. His famous words: "If you're going through hell, keep going." He knew that hard times are temporary, but the strength you build in them lasts forever. Harriet Tubman, born into slavery, could have accepted her fate. Instead, she escaped and led hundreds of others to freedom. She once said, "Every great dream begins with a dreamer. Always remember, you have within you the strength, the patience, and the passion to reach for the stars, to change the world." Whatever you're going through, this is not the end. Hardships don't break the strong, they reveal them. Tough times don't last, but tough people do. And you, my friend, are tougher than you think.